Ladies and gentlemen, due to the drastic increase in gas prices around the country, averages hitting at least $5 a gallon in some places. And it's getting out of hand, really. It costs us now $100 a week. $100 a week to fill up our gas tanks. And like, Lord knows, Megs and I can't afford a Tesla just yet. But we wanted to let you know off the top here, welcome to episode 49, due to the rise in gas prices, and this it covers all of them. I'm pretty sure we did our research and we're pretty sure on this, but any man who hangs out the passenger side of his best friend's ride in 2022 is no longer a scrub. He's a man making smart financial decisions. And this is episode 49 of the What Are We Doing podcast, dude. My name's Levi, and boy, oh boy, this one's going to be a doozy because it's before a huge milestone. And honestly, listen, the milestone has been coming. It's a long time coming. This episode comes out before the 50th episode. And now I know the math's off and 50 episodes doesn't mean a year, but 50, 52, you know what I mean, dude? You get it. You get the point, okay? We've been doing this podcast for over a year now. It has been over a year. The first episode launched more than a year ago. But you know, traveling, work, life gets in the way. You miss some weeks. So we're on 49 now, baby. And episodes 50's coming. And man, oh man, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting time past episode 50. We're gonna see what happens. I plan on having more guests. I mean, personal lives are changing past episode 50. Can't speak on it now, but like, big things are coming, dude. Okay, big things are coming. So, you know what I mean? Ever since I turned 30, it's almost become like this. Life has gone downhill. Like I always said, I was scared of turning 30. I don't want to turn 30. I'm never turning 30. And honestly, it's been pretty much that since. You know what I mean? And so, like, I've been sick, I got COVID, I've made numerous enemies thus far just the other day. We'll get into it later, who knows? But, you know, it's become this thing now where I don't care. And I don't really give a fuck anymore, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing left to be had on my side. If you don't want to be here or a part of what we're doing or, disrespect towards me or my employees or anything else that it might be, it's like, bro, I don't have time for it. I don't have time. Like, take your shit, get it somewhere else, and like, we'll do business maybe in another life. But like, it's just to the point now where, and I was just talking to my barber about, I just got a fresh cut just now, you know what I'm saying? And I was just talking to my barber about it. And it's the same shit, dude. Like he deals with the same shit with like his landlord at the barbershop. If he doesn't have his rent on the 6th, it's a fucking issue. Like, and man, it's just the lack of respect these days with anything going on. You know what I mean? People are crazy. Like COVID messed us up, dude. COVID messed us up. Listen, it's Shark Week, so Megs and I have decided to take a vacation. This episode's going to be short. This episode will most likely be on the shorter side because Megs and I are getting ready to go on a week-long vacation without the boy. So that's stressful. So, right, we have someone coming over to the house. We're going to have to watch the house. So we got to clean the damn thing. We got to pack everything. We got to make sure he's good to go. We got to call the schools. We got to get extra food and snacks and supplies and all this shit, man. Dude, pre-vacation is so stressful. You need the entire week of your vacation to de-stress from the pre-stress. And so then once you're done on your vacation, it's over. And now you're back home and not stressed when it should be the opposite. Like, you should be less stressed on vacation, not coming down from it. And so, yeah, so dude, we're going to Myrtle Beach. And so, but here's the thing I just discovered, it's Shark Week. Shark Week is starting here soon. So all the ads and promos for Shark Week are going up. And I can't really decide if I want to continue watching Shark Week stuff or if we want to cut that off completely because we're about to actually be in the ocean, right? Now we're going to Myrtle Beach. We're going to South Carolina. And I know there are some sharks there. I know there are some other four-legged like alligator crocodile friends there. I know there are, and those are pretty much it. And I know this because I've been watching Shark Week documentaries and some things do happen in South Carolina. It's crazy, I know. But hey, listen, why do we have Lil Jon doing shit for Shark Week? Why is Lil Jon still in the business? Like who says in the marketing meeting? Who says in the marketing meeting? Who says in the marketing meeting, like, you know who we need? Guys, listen, you know who we need for this next year? You know who we need for next year's campaign? Fuck 2020. Fuck David Dobrik and Shark Week in 2021. 2022, we're dropping the bomb. We're dropping the shit. We're doing it big, baby. Here we go. It's Shark Week 2022. And guess who we got? None other than Lil motherfucking Jon. So, you know what I mean? Like, why is Lil Jon still getting influencer deals? Not hating. I love Lil Jon. I play his music every weekend. But, like, it's Shark Week 2022. You know, I don't know. Who's not doing anything? Like, who? Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes is tired as fuck. He's not doing anything. He just canceled a whole tour. Him and Bieber are just hanging out. Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber are just waiting for the call. You know what I mean? There's nothing else better that they'd have to do than fucking be the main sponsor for Shark Week. That makes sense. You know what doesn't make sense is Lil Jon on Shark Week. It's like, and to be honest with you, like back in the day, do you remember, listen, dude, do you remember this thing is squeaking because it's cheap. I have a fucking arm over there that costs 3 times as much as this one, but I'm using this one for whatever reason. You remember in like 1992? Not 1992, because we were born then. Do you remember in like the late 90s, 98, 99, early 2000s? Do you remember what Shark Week was back then, dude? Do you remember Shark Week when we were kids? I mean, it was a whole lineup. We had to get our friends over. We had to get snacks. Our parents needed to be involved. We had to plan for it. There were phone calls made back and forth. Shark Week was something that we fucking like looked forward to, dude. And like, I mean, when we first saw those like great white shots launching out of the water and coming down and eating the bird or the buoy or the seal or whatever the fuck, oh my God, our little tiny human brains at that age couldn't freaking handle it. We couldn't handle it. And we went back to school the next day. We talked about it over the weekend with our friends on our MySpace pages. Shark Week. There was no YouTube back then. There was no Facebook video that we just rewatched on the timeline. It was Shark Week. And if you missed it, you missed it. And if your parents were rich enough to have like a Hopper or a DVR at the time, then maybe you got it. And if your parents were smart enough to have the VCR that recorded and they hit record, maybe you also got it. But if neither of those were at play, there's no replay, baby. If you miss Shark Week, you miss Shark Week. You know what I mean? Like back then it was a little bit harder to get your hands on reruns. Like, I remember my mom, we had a VHS of Backstreet Boys live performance on like ABC on like New Year's Eve or some special occasion or some shit. We had that shit on VHS for like years. I would rewatch it randomly. I would find it and just rewatch it. For years we'd have that. It was quite interesting what we had when we had the ability to record via the VHS player. You know what I mean? And then the DVD players came along with the recording capabilities, but they only recorded that stuff in their specific format, dude. Good luck putting those discs in any other DVD player in the house. Not gonna work. Okay? Not gonna work. Dude, and then as soon as we found out we could copy the old Disney VHS tapes over to DVD format, it was game over. Once I learned that you could get Netflix, and I apologize for the children listening, Netflix wasn't always a streaming service. We weren't always chilling and watching Netflix. We were actually doing work, because once those discs came in the mail, you had exactly 12 hours to burn it, rip it, and ship it back. And then once your 30-day free trial was over, you go right on back to the Staples. You go right on back to the Circuit City nearby. Get yourself another AOL free trial disc. Make yourself a new email and re-sign up for Netflix again under a different name with the same address because they didn't check it back then. And then you do this over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, I was burning and ripping DVDs from Netflix from fucking like 2006 to like 2009. Like, it was a straight 3-year hustle. I built up a DVD library from Netflix for fucking nothing, because I would just keep doing new trials and subscriptions over and over again. These were before the days of IP tracking and cookies and all that shit. I mean, they still had it, but like Netflix wasn't any wiser. They didn't give a shit. They were like, holy hell, another new member. Let's go. Send them all the DVDs and then get them hooked. But like, they weren't thinking of that shit back then. It's not as easy now. Like, and obviously you can't do it. But dude, it's insane. It's insane. But Shark Week is happening, and so we're on HULU. Megs and I are on HULU, and we're watching this show. It's called, what's it called? It's called Jaws. Jaws. Mega Giant Octopus Eats Jaws. It's like something eats Jaws. Eats Jaws. HULU. Watch The Croc That Ate Jaws, okay? The Croc That Ate Jaws. It is there's only one episode. There's only one episode, dude, okay? And we watched it, and guess what? The crocodiles aren't giving a fuck anymore, okay? Crocodiles, let me preface this for you in case those of you don't know. Crocodiles are freshwater animals. Sharks are saltwater animals. They live in two different environments, and never in the history of man should they have met. Okay? Now, with that bit of information, here we go. Some sharks like to come into the fresh lands of like Florida and South Africa, America, stuff like that. Where the sharks and the alligators live, the sharks like to come in the fresh waters, right where the salt water meets, because it's enough fresh and enough salt that they can live there. They lay their eggs there because that's where it's nice and safe. They don't want anyone messing with their eggs. They want them to be peaceful. That's where they live. And that's fine. No one messes with the shark eggs because we know better, right? And so these sharks then hatch out of the egg. They are born, okay? We got born baby sharks, born boy sharks.
Shout out to Levi.
And so You know what I mean? So that now these sharks are in half fresh, half salt, and it's their job to get back out to the salt water. They find their parents, and they live happily ever after out in the ocean. The issue is this half salt, half freshwater area is also home to the crocodiles. And so they come and they're swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming. And they're like, ooh, you know what? I'm sick and tired of ripping these turtles apart. I don't want turtle soup for dinner. I want something beefy, okay? And so what do? They're swimming, and they're like, damn, I wish something tiny and tasty and beefy would come along that I could eat for dinner, and then maybe adapt to where they actually live and then eat them as well. It sounds like a good idea. Maybe an idea that popped into my brain about 1 billion years ago. Maybe even 1 million years ago, okay? And so that sounds like a good idea. So he's swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming, and then bam, he comes across a baby bull shark. And this crocodile says, holy shit, the ancestor crocodile gods have granted me this wish. They now have given me this shark. Munch, munch, munch. He's swimming with a fucking baby bull shark in his belly, and it's delicious, okay? So now the crocodiles are like, this baby bull shark tastes real good. So they're like, holy shit, where do we find more bigger bull shark meat? Out in the ocean. So these fucking crocodiles are swimming into the ocean. Okay? They've only got about 45 minutes. The salt water will dry them out and dehydrate them and then eventually kill them. So they've got about 30 to 45, swim out, swim in, and then they can either find a shark or go back, get fresh, shower off, and then try again. Okay? They're adapting. They go out for 30 minutes, then they go out for 40, then a month later they go out for 50, then a month or two later they go out for an hour, okay? You see how we're progressing here. This is how evolution works, okay? I'm pretty sure. But like, so then we get this dude, okay? We get this dude who's clearly crazy based on the nickname we gave him. His nickname's like Crocky Rocky or something, or like Ben Stone or something. I don't know. He's got a weird nickname. Watch the episode. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So Crocky Rocky finds fossilized crocodile feces, okay? Stick with me. Crocky Rocky finds a fossilized piece of crocodile shit. Now, for those of you wondering, well, Levi, what do you mean it was fossilized? I thought it takes millions of years for something like that to fossilize. Levi, what the fuck? And to that, I would say, you're right. You're exactly right. It does take 1 million years to fossilize something, okay? Like the dinosaur bones and the shit that they're digging up with the you know, the brushes, and they got to do it very carefully because the bones are brittle because they're 1 million years old. You know what I mean? So now, guess what's great about this piece of shit? Okay, stick with me, dude. What's great about this piece of shit is it has teeth bites in it. Okay, and guess what? We took it back to the lab. We did some scans. We did a 3D model of it, and it's none other than a fucking shark bite. You know what else is great about the shark bite in the fossilized crocodile shit? It's only on one side. And I know what you're thinking. Levi, what the fuck does that mean? I don't get it. I'm going to tell you. It means, dude, that this piece of crocodile shit wasn't bit by a shark while the shit was outside of the like the crocodile didn't shit and then the shark just bit the shit, realized it was shit, and then spit it out, and then it fossilized somewhere. No. There's only teeth marks on one side of the shit, which means 1 million years ago, a crocodile had to take a massive shit, but at the same time was fighting a fucking full-size 10-foot long bull shark at the same time. And this bull shark got him from the back, bit his ass, literally, and then fucking, but didn't clamp down at the right angle, and so his top teeth only went through the colon or whatever the fuck of the crocodile, therefore leaving his teeth marks in the crocodile shit that then fossilized later. That's why there's no teeth marks on both sides of the shit. Holy shit. Crocodiles and fucking alligators and fucking sharks have been fighting for millions of fucking years. Okay? Now, all of that to say, what the fuck do you think is going to happen when the tornadoes start coming through? And not only are we sucking up the sharks, but we're sucking up the crocodiles and alligators of the Florida bayous as well. Now we've got a Sharknado versus Mega Croc-nado. We've got a Shark Mega Croc Gator NATO coming straight through Miami, Florida. All I'm saying, dude, Megs has been on my shit telling me that the movies are stupid, they're fake, they're dumb. There's no way a fucking tornado could fucking scoop up the sharks in the ocean and then put it on land and kill the humans. Okay. All right. Cool. But when you need to evacuate wherever the fuck you are because it's raining crocodiles, alligators, and sharks, dude, don't hit up the WAD Pod. Don't send us an email at the whatarewedoingpodcast@gmail.com. Okay? Don't go to wadpod.com and fill out that form and leave us a message when fucking alligators and crocodiles and sharks are raining down on you in Miami, Florida, dude. This episode is brought to you by Flight Zone. Listen, our friends over at Flight Zone have everything you need. Doesn't matter what you're smoking. They've got 100% American hand-blown, made right here in your backyard glass products, okay? Pipes, everything you need. Glasswork, everything you need. FlightZoneSmoke.com. Okay? And when you get there and you're done doing your shopping, they've got the pipes, they got the papers, they got the vape accessories, they've got the merch. Grab yourself a shirt. Okay? They've got the mugs with the little thing on it. I've got one. I use it every day. Listen, when I wake up in the morning, okay? When I wake up, there's nothing more I love to do. Okay? The alarm goes off. I hit snooze a couple of times. Okay, you know we're not getting up right away. We got to hit that 15 and then that second 15 and then we're up, dude. Okay, I get up. I throw the Keurig on. I pick a cup out of the cupboard, pop it in there, maybe refill the water if it's empty, toss that bad boy on high. I throw my Flight Zone mug under there. It fills up with coffee. Now listen, most of the time I'm a black coffee drinker. Most of the time, sometimes it's cream, sometimes it's a little Splenda. Sometimes if I'm going sweet, I'll do like a flavored creamer. Like if Megs gets like a French vanilla creamer, I'll put that in the coffee. And then maybe a little toast, maybe a little avocado on there, maybe just some butter. Not sure. Again, it depends on the day and where we're trying to go and what we're trying to do. If Ollie's up early, we'll make like some cinnamon rolls, you know what I mean? The popper thing, he loves popping the thing. And then I put it all in a mug. And in that mug, it has a little thing with a pipe installed in it in a hole. And I love it. And you know where I got it? I got it from FlightZoneSmoke.com. And when I purchased it, I put in promo code WAD, W-A-W-D, and that instantly knocked 15% off my fucking cart, dude. And I love that for me. Every time I go to Flight Zone Smoke, whether I need a new pipe, papers, a new shirt, whatever it is, they got the mugs. They get new stuff every week. Follow them on social media. You'll see everything they have. Once they get new stuff, I'm on it. I'm on FlightZoneSmoke.com. I'm ordering and I'm using promo code WAD, W-A-W-D, every single time for 15% off. There's no other savings. I don't think there are any other promo codes for the site because we're the shit. Okay? So when you use promo code WAD, you're going to get a discount. You're going to get money off. It's going to help us out. It's going to help them out. You're going to love your 100% American-made glass done right here in just right down the road, like in your backyard. Brad's doing it. He's making a new pipe for sale right now. Guarantee it. FlightZoneSmoke.com. We don't go anywhere else. I've been using the same one from them because it's durable, it's reliable, they're amazing, their products every time. I haven't had anything break from them ever, unlike the corner stores and like the Tobacco Kings and like all those bullshit places that are up. Their shit breaks instantly. This stuff lasts forever. FlightZoneSmoke.com, promo code WAD, W-A-W-D, and if you don't use it, we'll find out and we'll come find you. I will personally intercept your Flight Zone Smoke order and I'll deliver it to your door myself and ask you why you didn't use promo code WAD, W-A-W-D, at checkout. It's that simple. Back to the show. So listen, if we're not already talking about Florida enough with all the crocodiles and the alligators going on, we've got some other news coming out of Florida. And so listen, let me explain something to you. Guys, when guys go and we're at a certain age and we need to go see the doctor, sometimes our prostate needs checked. And so, that requires our doctor to essentially put a finger up our butt. Okay? It's that simple. We're not going to beat around the bush. Sometimes men get fingers in their butts when they go to the doctors. We got to check for prostate cancer. We got to make sure it's bumping down there. We got to make sure everything's rocking and rolling because that's like the number one cause of death apparently still somehow in 2022 for men. Weird, but okay. I don't know. Is that right? That's probably not right. So anyways, so little buddy gets his routine checkup. He's 56 years old. He goes to the doctors. He's doing the prostate exam. Little buddy, unfortunately, and of course, again, this happens. Unfortunately, little buddy climaxed as soon as the doctor put his fingers in his butthole. Now, for those of you who also are aware that that area of the man's body is very sensitive. It's mainly known as the male G-spot. Okay, I had to Google it. We do our research here on this show. It's what happens. So this happens from time to time. You know what I mean? Doctor's got a finger in your butt. Your body doesn't really, your brain doesn't really know how to react, but your body reacts naturally, and then boop, you splooge with the doctors. It doesn't mean anything, dude. I'm not saying it happened to me, but all I'm saying is it happens to some of us. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? But this Florida dude, this guy, this Florida resident, I think so, right? Doctor's doing his thing. He splooges the doctor's office, says, don't worry, it happens. It's okay. You're perfectly good to go, Mr. Smith. Here you go. Out the door. Well, Mr. Smith didn't really, you know what I mean? He was confused. He didn't understand why this happened. He didn't understand how it happened. He's been married to his wife, now divorced for 5 years, but he was married, for like 13 years of his life. He's got kids. He likes his dick suck. You know what I mean? Like he's not into the butt stuff. You know what I mean? Some guys are, some guys aren't. Okay. And you don't got to be gay to do it either. I know a lot of straight guys who like their butt touched. It's a topic for a different day. Okay? Back to it. He wasn't sure how to process these feelings. So John Smith talked to his therapist about it. She says it's fine, it's natural. He talked to his closest friends and family about it because he's got to tell someone because he doesn't know how to process it. They say, hey man, listen, it's fine. You're going to be okay. Like it happens to the best of us. His one buddy was like, shit, just happened to me the other day. He said, my wife stuck her finger in my butthole and I come instantly. You know what I mean? Like those are the conversations he was having. But for whatever reason, this wasn't enough, so John Smith took his 12-gauge shotgun and blew fucking holes in his doctor's chest. He literally loaded up his gun, went back to the doctor's office, and said, I'm sorry, but I don't appreciate what you did to me, cocked it, and fucking blasted him in the chest with a shotgun. It might not have been a shotgun, I'm not sure. The details are irrelevant. But you know what I mean? It's interesting enough to to let that happen. And I'm sorry that it did happen. And unfortunately, it's never happened to me yet. Megs asked me. I told Megs about it. She was shocked, by the way. A, that this was a thing. And B, that little buddy shot his doctor in the fucking chest. Obviously, he's been arrested. He's in jail. It's okay. Florida people, you know what I mean? And so, wow. And so, so yeah, Megs was like, holy shit, that's crazy. And, you know, it is, dude. It really is. It really is. And that's pretty much it. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw in another segment that we have. We did another call with Paul. And for those of you who want to hear more, if you do like the calls with Paul, we are going to take this entire one. There is more than what we have just put in this episode. We're going to take the entire segment, put that on our Patreon exclusive. So if you want to sign up for our Patreon, dude, listen, it's only $1. It's only not $1 a week like some podcasts. It's $1 a month. Like, you literally only pay $1 a month, and if you pay for the whole thing in advance, it's $12. If you don't have $12 right now, let alone $1 2 weeks from now, I don't know how to better help you. There's clips on this YouTube channel of how to literally make $100 this weekend. Go click on one of those. Some of them are real, some of them are fake, but they'll help you. They should, to make $100, and then you could subscribe to our Patreon and maybe someone else's, you know what I mean? So maybe try that out, make like $20, and then you could subscribe to like 2, maybe 3 Patreons, because ours is only $1. So this entire call with Paul should be on our Patreon right now. If you go to wadpod.com/links, you should be able to find that. It's wadpod.com, and then /links, LINKS, if you're unsure. Visit that, and then if you scroll down, there should be a Become a VIP button, and you can sign up for our Patreon and listen to this entire call with Paul.
You are also correct. I do despise Park City. I go there at my own peril for the Apple Store, basically.
Right. Well, I had to stop. I had to stop going to the Apple Store years ago.
Why did you have to do that?
Because I always justify something that I need.
Oh, yeah, I can always buy something there
Right.
for sure. I try to only go when something breaks so that I'm already
Right.
like, oh, I can't do this because I have to spend like $200 on fixing my motherboard. So
Oh, we're not making
Usually.
iPods anymore? Yeah, I think I need a 5th generation iPod Touch for $299 or whatever.
yeah, are we not? Did they not make the iPod at all anymore? Is that the deal?
No, it's been discontinued.
It's so sad. It makes me feel like I am a relic of a time of technology.
I have in this desk drawer right here beside me, I have like one of the last generation iPod Nanos that is orange.
Oh, man.
That plays video, and I have an iPod Touch. I believe it's like
Dude,
a
I don't
3rd or 4th gen.
I think I still have my 30 gig iPod video, like the first one
Nice.
that, do you remember they advertised it with the Foo Fighters Best of You music video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that one. I don't think I have any of my other ones. I've had a few different iterations. I had like a 160 gig iPod Classic at one point. That was a cool one.
Dude, I remember, so here's a throwback for you. This is when, like, year 2 or 3 of the iPod, when they released the iPod minis, like the color. So, like, they had the pink, the blue, the silver, but they were still just like the black and white music-only screens. I got one the summer they came out, and I was like the coolest fucking kid on the school bus because all of my music was on my iPod and the rest of the kids still had CD players.
Dude, I remember when I first went from going to like sports games because like, you know, I used to have my CD, like my Walkman with like my CD case.
Yep.
And I had like a travel CD case that went in my baseball bag. And then I remember when I got my iPod, I think I was 15, my first iPod.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I went to like pack my bag for a baseball trip and realized I didn't have to like take anything besides this little white thing. And it was like life-changing, man. That was
That's
a life-changing time. Life-changing. Going on the bus and not having to carry around your bag of CDs and all your CDs were on your iPod.
Right.
Amazing.
Right. No, dude,
Now I
it's
like, and now I collect vinyl records, so I have made it like the most inconvenient to take it with me.
what's insane is I had that original iPod Mini. It was pink because I was into pink at the time, and like way before Machine Gun Kelly, like way before. So I just want
Yes.
everyone to know that. He, I, so I had the pink iPod and I had it loaded up with everything I fucking illegally downloaded from BearShare and
Oh yeah,
LimeWire,
dude, LimeWire. Yeah,
and
and LimeWire, you'd have to like. I when did my brother sent this tweet recently. It was like you never experienced true like suffering unless you had to rename all your files from LimeWire
yeah.
and then also upload the album
Well,
art because I did that for sure.
so and I was a purist and I still am. Like my Plex server only has like Blu-ray and like DVD quality movies on it. Like I
Yeah,
don't
of
do like
course.
cam versions. And so when I was downloading these musics, I would get these like shitty cell phone recordings of like Soldier Boy and the latest Akon song. And I remember I spent a whole day looking for whatever the song was with Akon featuring Young Jeezy at the time. And I
Was it
wanted,
Akon and Young
yeah,
Jeezy?
that one.
Gonna
Exactly.
take it easy.
Yeah.
What the heck's the name of that song?
Um,
Um,
um, da, 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 da. I got it. It's right here. It's called Soul Survivor. I spent a day trying to
I'm
download
a
this
soul
song.
survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the song rules.
It's so,
Convict.
yeah. And like, I needed the clean
Akon and
version,
Young
dude.
Jeezy.
Dude, there it is. There's that hook. That hook's incredible.
Yeah.
Actually, I
And
love that
like,
one.
so then fast forward 10 years later, I found that iPod in my dad's basement or something before he disowned me. And I fixed it. I ordered a new battery from eBay. I took it all apart. I installed the new battery, got it turned on. All that music was still on there. And I had it for like 24 hours before he made me give it to my little brother because he wanted it. And now who knows where the fuck. I'm sure it's broken or in the trash somewhere.
Yeah, the battery died. Did you know there was a guy? I don't know if they still do it. There's a guy online. You could send your iPod Classic to him, and he would install like it would basically be like a skin MP3 player.
Yeah.
He would like install a new battery that was like a modern lithium ion that lasted for like 12 hours at a time, and also like a hard drive that you could just put whatever files on. So
Yeah.
you could just
See,
use it. I was like kind of into the idea, and I was like, "Oh, this is
see,
impractical."
I
I have
was into that.
Spotify and Apple Music on my phone.
I was into that too, but I honestly, I think I just want like, I wanted an iPod Classic. But like every time I find an
Yeah,
eBay listing for one, like I don't trust it because I've watched YouTube videos of how like the eBay iPod industry is like one of the biggest like scams ever because they're just knockoffs from China that they've skinned MP3 software to look like fucking iPods.
it looks
So
like
it's
iPod.
so what you're getting in the mail is not really an iPod, but I would never fucking know. Because they have the like even the knockoff AirPods from China like connect to your iPhone the same way real AirPods do somehow. Like they've manufactured their chips, and it's very very interesting, very interesting. Have you
Yeah,
ever
it's
dove into that? Like they're they
I remember.
like
I
all of the AirPods from China for like $10 have like a clone of the Apple chip in them. So they'll connect and be recognized as AirPods by your Apple devices, but they're just shit because it's just a clone of whatever Apple's using.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's the same principle that like we were just talking about Prime Day. All the Prime Day stuff. There's like, oh, this is a serial number that's slightly different because this one's like the thing, but like the shitty circuit board version of that thing. Okay,
Right.
and it's like Black Friday too.
You
Like
never buy
it's
TVs
all
on Black Friday.
yeah, never because it's like this is like one serial number off the actual one, and the difference is like oh, instead of a 120 refresh rate, it's like a 5 refresh rate.
Right, right. You know,
It's like oh,
I
okay.
will say I think the longest lasting TV in my house is the one still in my bedroom, and I think that was purchased on Black Friday like 7 or 8 years ago. Everything else has been either broken or
Well, we can't necessarily attribute that to the gear. There's a little ollie curve there to grade on.
well, yeah, the Ollie curve It's funny. It's funny because now we have a Fire TV, the cheapest, slowest, crappiest TV on the market, and the kid hasn't thrown anything near it.
It's like a force of what is that thing? The law of attraction, but like negatively in this situation.
Well, yeah, positively in his direction, negatively in ours.
Yeah, just destroying all of your hardware, which is a
Oh,
nightmare.
did you see my I think I don't know if I tweeted it or what, but and Megs is here too because I don't think I told her. I got another comment on one of my YouTube videos and it literally just said, "Is that your real voice?" And
This is the thing I learned when you said that people call you Mrs. McCurdy
it's funny to
or
you
Ms.
because you
McCurdy.
don't get it. Yeah, yeah, you don't understand.
I don't hear your voice is weird, but I
Right.
don't know if that's just because I'm like not a maybe I'm just not a weirdo.
Right. It's very strange. It's very strange. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. This is episode 49, baby, and I'm so excited for episode 50. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me this week. We will be back hopefully next week. If I don't get an episode out next week, it's because Megs and I are at the beach and some exciting things are happening, but we might be podcasting about those exciting things. So stay tuned. Episode 50 might be a special extra thing happening. So maybe we'll see if I can convince Megs to do it with me. Fingers crossed that'll be out next week. Or maybe on Patreon, who knows. Listen, sign up for that. It's only $1, you cheap prick. And we'll see you guys next time. My name is Levi McCurdy. This is the What Are We Doing podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Peace.